The Amazing Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite movies of 2012. And I, of course, have the original trilogy by Sam Raimi, who also did Evil Dead and Drag Me to Hell. All really impressive movies. Um, but anyway, so the first movie I thought was really groundbreaking when I saw it about 10 years ago when it came out. And prior to that, I'd never really watched Spider-Man like on TV and the cartoon and stuff, but I was aware of him at least a little bit for the most part. Like I had known I'd seen him around, but never really watched anything with him. So or read anything with him for that matter. And I thought the sequel was bigger and better. And the third film, I thought had a really bittersweet wrap up for the whole series, but I'm not saying no, the best effects and fight sequences out of the three. Like they're all done really well, but I think the number three stands out. So, and I would have loved to have seen Sam Raimi do more films or a continuation with these characters, and there were those in talks of that happening, and there was even supposed to be a kid with Mary Jane and Peter, but Sam Raimi and his essential actors for each movie just kind of backed out and were on to other things, which I mean, it was a bummer, but it was like well, at least they did three movies, that was enough. So, and then they decided to reboot it, and when I first heard of that, I was like why? Like I thought it was dumb just because it was so soon, only like 10 years later. But once I heard of the plot details and who was going to be in the movie and the on-set photos, I was immediately interested and couldn't wait to see the movie because I love Emma Stone, and I've been a fan of hers for years. And her birthday, she actually just had a birthday on Election Day, so um, but yeah. So when I did see this movie, this installment, I loved it. Like it was, what I liked most about it is that it's not trying to be like the other three movies in any way. It's like a fresh start, despite that. It is a little like the first one, like the beginning of this one is like the first movie, but it's still way different from that point on. And I like the lizard villain. It was nice to finally see him on the screen, and the acting was on par, and I really liked how everybody did their portrayal of these already familiar characters like from the comics and the animation, and of course some the from the recent three movies. So, and I can't wait for the sequels, but in general I'm really kind of tired of the whole origin story where he's in high school. Like since it's been done twice now, I think they need to stop. Even if it means like for when I'm much older, because I'm 18 now, and if they want to reboot it or restart it again, I really hope they skip the high school scenario because it'll be a little old at that point. So that's just my opinion. And there's actually some superhero movies that are going to be done or that I would like to see done. Now, the ones that are going to be done, like Man of Steel and hopefully Justice League, I would like to see those. And some I would like to see done. I would love to see a reboot of Daredevil and Fantastic Four, or reboot, sorry. Um, and I would like to see Aquaman and Flash make it to the screen. But that's just me, because from what I know, those heroes, they're really like they're interesting and they're kind of cool, and I would like to see how they'd be done today. And I'm not really a comic book fiend. I would like to start reading these comics since I love the Avengers and of course the Amazing Spider-Man now. Since everybody was crazy about the Dark Knight Rises past summer, which is understandable, it's just like I liked the movie. I thought it was good, but I wasn't heavy with it like everybody else. I was more for the Amazing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's one of my favorite heroes anyway. So yeah, yeah, I definitely recommend this DVD. I would think or assume the Blu-ray is better, along with maybe a two disc of this, if it exists or not. I don't know. I've only been to one store today, but yeah, if there is a better edition of this, then I'll definitely get it. But otherwise, this is a good, uh, simple copy of it. I mean, if you mainly care about the movie, that is, then this is your cup of tea. But I love like special features and the making of the movie. I'm into all that. So, but this has that on stunts at least. So if you're really into stunts, which this movie has some good ones, then check that out.